Hello! Today we're going to talk about Unit 16A of Interchange, the third part, complex noun phrases contained in gerunds. My name is Yulia Gamza. Let's get started. The learning objective of our video is to practice ways of forming sentence subjects that include complex noun phrases with gerunds. But the objective itself looks so complex and complicated. What exactly does it mean? Let's have a look at the key words. And the key words here are sentence subjects and complex. So we are going to talk about a sentence subject and how complex it can be if it contains a noun phrase and a gerund. Let's have a look at the word complex in a dictionary. The first thing that we will notice is that it has two types of pronunciation. It has the variant of complex that is in British English, and it has complex that is in American English. So both types of pronunciation, complex or complex, are correct. And what it means is involving a lot of different but related parts. So we are going to talk about a sentence subject that involves different but related parts. We have a lot of examples of all complex things in our life, and actually a person himself is an example of a complex idea. But let's have a look at this from the position of grammar. Let's take these two combinations. One of the most difficult aspects of working abroad, the most rewarding thing about helping them. These are the examples of complex noun phrases with gerunds. How is that possible? And how do we identify what a complex noun phrase is? Well, first of all, if it is a noun phrase, it should have a noun. And here it is, aspect and thing. But it's not only a noun, it's a noun phrase. So everything that you will see before aspect plus the aspect itself, and everything that you can see before the word thing plus thing itself will be examples of a noun phrase. So one of the most difficult aspects and the most rewarding thing are noun phrases. When we use noun phrases, we usually use prepositions. Here they are, of and about. Prepositions are used in the English language to connect the words in the sentences. So, one of the most difficult aspects of, the most rewarding thing about, is an example of a noun phrase with a preposition, and then we will notice that they are followed by gerunds, ing form, working, helping. So that's what a complex noun phrase with gerunds is. It has three parts: a noun phrase, a preposition, and a gerund. A noun phrase plus preposition plus a gerund will make a complex noun phrase with a gerund. And all this structure serves as the subject of a sentence. This is just the beginning of the sentence. So to make a sentence complete, we have to come up with the second part of the sentence, with a predicate. For example, one of the most difficult aspects of working abroad is being away from my family. Or, the most rewarding thing about helping them is learning from their years of experience. You will notice that here we have is. That is a helping verb that connects the predicate with the subject of the sentence. One of the most difficult aspects of working abroad is the subject of the sentence, and the predicate is being away from my family. The same with the second sentence. The subject is the most rewarding thing about helping them, and then everything that goes with is and after is the predicate. Is learning from the years of experience. That's how the subject and the predicate are connected in this complex sentence with the help of the verb is. So, if we look at the structure, of a complex noun phrase containing a gerund, once again we should notice that it contains a noun phrase, that is a noun and all the words that come before the noun, a preposition that connects a noun phrase and a gerund, and of course a gerund. Let's discuss some questions. What is the most challenging thing about working from home? What's the best thing about being a police officer? What's one of the rewards of being a teacher? What's one of the most difficult things about being an emergency room nurse? What's one of the most interesting aspects of working abroad? What's one of the most difficult aspects of doing volunteer work? What's the hardest part about being overseas? I want you to look at these questions, and the first thing that I want you to find is a complex noun phrase with gerunds. What is the subject, or what are the subjects of these questions? Well, you can pause and think about that, but let me continue. Actually, everything that you see after the question word "what" and the verb "is" will be the subject of a sentence. The most challenging thing about working from home, the best thing about being a police officer, and so on, are those complex noun phrases with gerunds that serve as subjects of the sentences. Everything that is in blue is a noun phrase, yellow is a preposition, green is a gerund or a gerund phrase. So, how can we answer these questions? You know that the sentences start with the subject. So, to answer these questions, we just take the subject, put the verb "is," and give our idea. Here are some of my examples. What's one of the rewards of being a teacher? Well, one of the rewards of being a teacher is to help others grow. What's one of the most interesting aspects of working abroad? One of the most interesting aspects of working abroad is to learn about other cultures. What about your ideas? What about your answers to all these questions that you can see here? I'm sure that your ideas are really great. This was the video to help you understand the idea behind the complex noun phrase with a gerund. I hope you find it useful. See you later!